Hey guys, thanks for joining me today for another episode of Taco Tuesday, where I pull a tarot card from this Colour Your Own tarot deck and then I colour it in, so taco, colour it in, whilst telling you all about the card. Because one of my goals for this year was to understand a bit more about tarot, not just necessarily rely on the guidebooks, but kind of read a bit more intuitively and understand a bit more about each of the cards, the suits, the numbers, and everything like that. So I've brought you along for the journey. So, as always, I'm using this Colour Your Own tarot deck that I got for Christmas last year from a friend. And let me just give you the ISBN, which is on the back of the box. There we go. And as always, I have pre-shuffled already. So let's see what card we're going to be working with today. The Eight of Cups, another Cups card. I think we had the Six of Cups last time. So I will just, there we go. There it is in its black and white nakedness. We will cut over to speedy speed round whilst I colour it in and tell you all about the Eight of Cups. Now, if you want to join in on Taco Tuesday, just use the hashtag Taco Tuesday Tarot and tag me to show me what you are doing with colouring or tarot or both or either or whatever. Now, obviously, I've just put a wash on in the washing machine, so that's when I decided to start my voiceover. So if you can hear the washing machine in the background, life. So, firstly, we will see what the guidebook for this deck says. So the Eight of Cups, obviously I haven't opened it. There we go. So the Eight of Cups indicates a journey of emotional growth and self-discovery. It suggests leaving behind situations that no longer serve your soul. This card urges a quest for deeper meaning, encouraging the pursuit of personal and spiritual fulfillment. So this card is quite... The cat is just causing chaos. It's usually the dog, but it's the cat today. He's grounded because he hurt himself, so he's not allowed out. So just life in the background, washing machines, cats. So the Eight of Cups is quiet on the surface, but deeply transformative beneath it. It speaks of pilgrimage, letting go, and searching for meaning beyond what is familiar. It's a card that resonates with anyone who's ever looked at what they have and thought there must be more. So we've spoken about the Suit of Cups before, so we'll touch on them briefly just as a reminder. So the Suit of Cups is tied to the element of water, our emotions, our intuition, our relationships, and the deep currents of the heart. Cups are the inner world, the things we feel but don't always say. They represent love, grief, longing, healing, creativity, and spiritual connection. They hold the sacred waters of the subconscious. And the Eight of Cups does not reject emotion, instead it moves through it. It's emotional maturity in motion. Now, in numerology, the number 8 is powerful. It's the number of cycles, mastery, movement, responsibility, and karmic balance. It's the infinity loop turned upright, the journey of the soul without beginning or end. 8 is the point at which we've learnt something or gained something, yet we must now test it, refine it, or sometimes leave it behind. Where the 7 brought assessment and reflection, 8 brings action, a turning point. So the Eight of Cups belongs to the second half of the suit, after the emotions have fully bloomed and now begin to shift. So this card combines water and movement, emotion and evolution. It's the moment where we leave something behind, not because it's destroyed, but because it's no longer enough. So in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, we see a figure walking away beneath the moon, heading towards distant mountains. They leave behind 8 cups stacked neatly but incomplete, a missing cup in the top row. Something is missing. The card says, all is not lost, but all is not fulfilled. And the only way to seek what is missing is to move. And the river suggests that yes, this journey is emotional. Yes, it is difficult, but water moves, water flows. and when water stagnates, it becomes poison. The moon overhead is important. The moon illuminates the night, but only partially. It suggests intuition over logic. The path ahead cannot be fully seen. That doesn't matter. The pull of the soul is stronger. The mountains represent obstacles, not small ones, but worthy ones. And this is a journey that requires courage. The colour symbolism here is rich as well. So dark blues and greys represent introspection. In the traditional version, there's red on the figure's clothing. In some versions, that represents vitality, a reminder that leaving is a living act, not a dying one. And the yellow on the cups represents what was once precious, perhaps still beautiful, but not enough. So from a correspondence point of view, the Eight of Cups is tied to the energy of Saturn in Pisces. Saturn brings discipline, endings, maturity, and karmic lessons. Pisces brings intuition, spiritual longing, emotional sensitivity, and the dissolving of boundaries. Together, Saturn in Pisces says it's time to commit to your spiritual truth, even if it means leaving behind what once comforted you. Astrologically, this card can reflect the time in life when we feel called inward, not depressed but purposeful. It's often a transit of retreat, withdrawal from noise, or a spiritual awakening that requires solitude. Deities associated with the Eight of Cups include Hecate, goddess of crossroads and thresholds, Hermes, the guide of souls and travellers, Persephone, who moves from one realm to another with purpose, and Odin, who sacrificed comfort for wisdom. Animals associated with this card include the heron, who stands still then takes flight when the time is right, the wolf, a creature who hears the call of wilderness and follows it, and the eel, a water creature that migrates incredible distances to transform. Crystals that resonate with the Eight of Cups include labradorite, the stone of spiritual evolution, moonstone for emotional intuition and the journey within, and smoky quartz for grounding whilst letting go. Colours associated with this card are midnight blue, indigo, soft silver, and muted earthy tones, colours of twilight, of thresholds. So what intentions can we harness with the Eight of Cups? So this card is incredibly powerful for letting go of emotional attachments that have run their course, leaving what is comfortable to seek what is meaningful, entering a spiritual path, emotional detox, ending self-sacrifice, reclaiming personal agency. So if you're journaling with this card, ask, what am I afraid to leave behind? What deeper longing have I been ignoring? What does my soul need? Not my ego, not my fear, my soul. In a reading, the Eight of Cups often appears when you've given everything you can to a situation, or you've stayed too long, you're emotionally exhausted, or you're spiritually restless. It can signal leaving a job, leaving a relationship, leaving a mindset, or leaving an identity. Not in crisis, but in clarity. Sometimes the Eight of Cups is not literal, it's emotional withdrawal. It's the moment you stop caring about what doesn't matter, and that can be powerful. It can be a sacred moment of truth. So the gift of this card is, when you walk away, you're walking towards something. When you release, you make space. When you risk the unknown, you meet yourself. And now looking at the reversal, the reversed Eight of Cups shifts the message. Sometimes it means that we're stuck. We know something's over, but we can't let go. Fear is stronger than growth. Sometimes it reflects emotional stagnation, clinging to the familiar, avoiding a necessary ending, hope that's slowly turning into denial. It could mean that we don't feel ready, we're looking back too much, or we've convinced ourselves that settling is safer. But the reversed Eight of Cups can also mean return. Not all departures are permanent. Sometimes we leave and come back with new eyes. So if this card appears reversed in a reading, ask yourself, am I resisting the call to move forward? Or am I being drawn back to finish something that I abandoned too soon? Now finally, what does the Eight of Cups tell us about life? It tells us that endings don't always look tragic. Sometimes they look quiet. Sometimes the boldest thing you'll ever do is walk away calmly. It tells us that longing is not weakness, it's guidance. And it reminds us that fulfillment is not found in comfort, but in truth. So the Eight of Cups is the courage to leave the shore. It's the soul's pilgrimage. It's the moment you stop asking for permission, even from yourself. And it's not the end. It's the beginning of the part of the journey that matters. So let me know if any of that resonated with you, or if any of that you needed to hear today, whether that's the reverse side or the upright side of it. And let me know if the Eight of Cups means anything in particular to you already, because I know that people do have personal correspondences with certain cards and things that they use in certain journeys in their life. And thank you so much for being with me today to learn to learn about the Eight of Cups. And a bit of a frog in my throat then. So thank you for learning about the Eight of Cups with me today. I will be back on the 3rd Tuesday of next month with another episode. Don't forget, if you want to get involved by either tarot, colouring, both, then use the hashtag Taco Tuesday Tarot and tag me either here on YouTube or on Instagram. I am Amethyst Raven 342 on both. And if you enjoyed this video, then please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you again to all my subscribers, those who are new, those who have been with me for a while. I really appreciate every single one of you. I will be back in the meantime with something else, but have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will just let you watch me colour in the rest of this card. Bye, guys.